Good morning, everybody. This is Genita Mason, Medical Director, Light Medicine Ministries, out on my morning bike ride, connecting with nature, taking in the vibe, healing, flourishing. Anyway, as I said, today is going to be about ozone. Why? Of course, why we use ozone at the clinic, and a lot of it. Ozone, they use ozone in pools to kill bacteria and fungus and, all the pathogens in pools. And they actually use it in meat packing plants to keep the bacteria off of the hanging meat and such. So it does the same thing when it enters your blood system, okay? We do ozone blood dialysis and 10-pass hyperbaric, which I actually prefer over the EBU. A lot of people prefer the EBU, I guess because it's new and whatnot, but you actually get far more ozone, far more potent and deeper into the cells with the 10-pass because it's delivered under pressure at much higher potency than the EBU. The EBU is called for in certain circumstances, but I usually like to be the one that determines what that is. But if people want to spend that kind of money on something that they want just because they want it and they want to bypass my advice, I'll take care of it, but I will warn you that you could be wasting your money or, not getting as good of a treatment for your investment. So ozone kills all pathogens, and including bacterial and viral conditions, diseases, such as Lyme, Epstein's Barr, yeast, fungus, mold, all of it. And how does ozone intelligently do this without hurting the healthy bacteria? Well, let me share a story. I was flown out to Australia to help a young man that had brain cancer. They had gone in and took out as much of the tumor as they could. They couldn't go deeper without risking, him losing some motor skills and such. And so he was, he wasn't familiar. His uncle who sent me out there, a big fan of mine, but he wasn't familiar with this kind of medicine, and he was scared. He came to the door like a deer in the headlights, So he still had the incision where they cut his skull open, and it had gotten infected. And he asked me, can this infection go inside? And I said, yes, of course. So we started treating immediately. But what I did was I showed him exactly how it works. So I cupped that area with ozone, and then we lathered it in ozone oil that I had made, and ozone infused oil. And over 2 days it had healed. And I told him, I said, you see, there's no rash, there's no redness, there's no irritation whatsoever on the healthy tissue around, where the infection was. That's how it works. You see, healthy cells have plenty of SOD, which is the dismutase, and glutathione peroxidase, and catalase. Those are three very potent. Well, catalase enzyme is the most potent. And they are abundant in healthy cells that DNA is flowing through, okay? Electron charged, negatively charged DNA is flowing through. DNA is still doing its work there. It's still, repair and replicating there. Cells that are dying, they don't have that. So they're not protected from the ozone, okay? Hope I'm clear there. So that's what we do. And I don't actually use the big guns until the very last day of the treatment cycle, day 6 or day 7, because I want to get rid of all your inflammation. I want to get I want to get you cleaned out. I want the diet that you're on while you're there cleans you out. You are super clean with lots of orthomolecular rehabilitation that's been achieved, meaning you have all of the proper elements to get the biochemistry job done. From A to Z, there's steps in biochemistry. One thing has to happen before the next thing does, and you need all the materials there present when each step needs to be done, okay? So at that point, I'm getting deep into the brain. I'm getting deep into the tissue with the ozone. We're just going deep. But you are getting a lot of ozone in the meantime now that we got to hawk it. So you're getting ozone every day, all kinds of ozone going on, okay? So anyway, that's what ozone does. It gets rid of that stuff. I mean, the load for Lyme, we tested it before and after once, was like we got rid of like 78% of the load in Lyme, and all my cancer patients have generally left when they get the ones that have gotten tested before and after for tumor size, has been just over 50%, tumor reduction. That's a big part of getting rid of inflammation, this and that. Where there's inflammation, there's decomposition. Where there's no oxygen, there's decomposition. where there's heavy oxidative stress that causes the inflammation and CIRS, chronic inflammation response syndrome. There's decomposition. Decomposition is death. There's no light in there. You know, the DNA can't work. It's not delivering light. Nothing's working, and the body just decomposes. So anyway, that's the brief story of ozone. Again, I have articles on lightmedicineministries.com. You can read up. I love people to be educated, because you understanding what it does, and then when you receive it, I think enhances the treatment. Okay, so this is Genita Mason, Medical Director, Light Medicine Ministries, signing off. It's lightmedicineministries.com, or if you want to reach us directly, retreats at lightmedicineministries.com. And it's 877-285-9266. Enjoy your day. Flourish. Bye.